we had a good play. Randy had a good play call, Coach Randy. Line gave me a little bit of time, just enough time. It was perfect to double move. And when I let it go, I didn't really know where it was going to end up because the wind was blowing so much. It just kind of one of those ones that you put some air on it, and Deontay did the rest of the work. He ran underneath of it and made a great play. So all around, kind of everyone had to contribute to plays like that.
Brooke Pryor.
Ben, at this point, I mean, are you ever going to practice again? Because it seems like, obviously I'm kidding, but it seems like after a week of not practicing, you have one of your best games of the season. What do you attribute that to? Is it built up energy that you had from not being able to practice throughout the week?
I attribute it to the guys around me. I attribute it to the offensive line. No sacks today, gave me time to throw it against a lot of crazy looks and blitzes. I attribute to the coaching staff for getting me ready to play, and all of us ready to play. And then obviously the skill guys. They made plays tonight. It wasn't easy out there. The wind was blowing the football around a little bit, and they were able to concentrate and make plays out there when sometimes plays weren't even there to be made. And Juju, doing what he normally does and fighting for first downs, and James Conner catching the ball, and just everybody. I can't say enough about everybody today. It was way more than me. It was a total team victory today.
Will Graves.
Ben, I'm curious, what did you do to kind of keep your arm loose during the week?
I didn't do anything. I threw about 50 balls on Friday, and that was it. I wanted to kind of let it rest, just to kind of at that point in the season when not throwing is a good thing. Ice did a lot.
Mark Bully.
Hey, Ben, in this day and age and how controlled of a passing game you guys have, do you need to run the ball for, say, 25 or 125 a game to be successful long-term and even into December?
Well, I think you have to be able to do it when you need to do it. Obviously we didn't run the ball well today, but we did other things well. We put points on the board. We scored when we needed to score. We converted when we had to do that. And so we shouldn't get so caught up in yards per carry or, total yards rushing or things like that, because really it comes down to winning the football game first, which we did, and everything else kind of falls into place from there. There's going to be games when we need to run it, we need to be balanced, and there's going to be games when we need to throw it. So we just have to be ready to do it whenever we're called for whichever decision we need to go.
Jeff Hathorn.
Ben, why do you think this team is able to handle the COVID situation so well and have such a good performance today?
Well, I think guys are doing a great job of being selfless, understanding that, it's not always easy to do when you're in a win streak and doing great things. You want to be able to go enjoy it, but you have to understand that you got to put your teammates and coaching staff and this team first. And so guys have bought into what it takes. And so I think that we just have to continue to be smart when it comes to that stuff. It's not going to be easy. I mean, you see everyone's getting it, and you just have to do your best.
Joe Rudder.
And who did you throw your passes to on Friday? And did you feel strong today? Because it looked like you had a lot of zip on your passes.
Yeah, the arm, like I said, my arm rested for the most part. I spent a lot of the week icing. Got to thank Don Joy for the gel ice packs for my knees and my elbow. Incredible where I wore their tights all week to help my knees out. So really just felt nice and rested coming into today. So tried to talk coach and see if I could take next week off too.
Mike Pursuta.
Ben, the numbers the last three games, particularly when you have 11, 14, 18, and 19 with Ebron, are through the roof. Is there something specific about that group of five that is allowing you to really take advantage and have the success you're having?
I just think they're a bunch of skilled football players. They make plays. It's not always pretty. I don't always give them good passes, but we move guys around enough, and they understand concepts and understand routes and understand what I'm asking and what Coach Randy is asking, and they make plays. But when we're in those sets, a lot of times a lot falls on the line too, because there's not a lot of protection. You don't have tight ends blocking. You don't have a back in there helping. So it's five guys on whoever's rushing. So, we're putting up good numbers when we're in those personnel groups, but really it starts up front with those guys giving me time to then get the ball to the playmakers and let them make their plays.
Few more. Didi Kinkabala.
Ben, I told you yesterday that this made me think of that game against the Browns in 2015, and you said, no, this is completely different. Do you ever exceed your own expectations, or how do you, when you look at what today was, did you exceed your own expectations?
I just wanted to win the football game, and that's always my goal. I don't ever put individual stats out there. I don't ever want to, go into it and say I want to do this. I just want to go out and help the team win. I don't want to be a reason that we lose. And so that was my biggest goal. I was a little nervous coming into this game. I'm not really sure why. I texted my wife right before and said I got a little bit of nerves and a little bit of jitters. So, whether it was lack of preparation and things like that. But I just love going out and playing with this group of guys. It's just so much fun.
Jerry Dulac.
Hey, Ben, you mentioned this and you kind of touched on it, but did you feel or sense that your arm had more juice, because it really looked like it today?
When I threw on Friday, my arm felt really, really good. And I knew coming in, it just felt rested. It's not that I throw a lot on Thursday and Friday, but to literally take Thursday completely off and Friday probably threw 50 passes. That's about it. And then Saturday was kind of the up-tempo walk through a few more passes, nothing crazy. But it was really, really important, I think, at this time of year, kind of the midway point, if you will, to let the arm rest. And it definitely felt good going into this game. And I'm hoping it's because of that time off and a lot of icing this week.
Final one, Jenner Harner, go ahead.
Ben, this receiving core is pretty young, but they're definitely not playing like they're young. What does that do for you as a quarterback, knowing that you can have confidence in a handful of guys here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy the group of guys. I mean, I just try and we rotate guys in. There was a time today where I was yelling to the sideline to get James in the game. Let's get guys in, and I trust every single one of those guys to make a play when we call their number, and I think they trust me to get on the ball. It's